We'll beat them with the power of friendship.
Oh! Now, you may have gathered with this channel that I am a fan of RPGs and JRPGs, and with this being Nintendo November, I thought this would be the best time to talk about one of my favourite series and the premier series for Nintendo RPGs, and that being Xenoblade Chronicles. Now, usually I would just go through one game and tell you, get it played. I thought I would actually tackle the three mainline games in one video and tell you the best point to start off with the series. I will go through each game in chronological order, and I will give a bit of information about it for you to make that decision to take your Xenoblade Chronicles journey. Now, there will be a glaring omission here, which is Xenoblade Chronicles X. That is on the Nintendo Wii U and is unfortunately not being ported yet. I'm saying yet because it very well might be ported later onto the system. And the games I will be talking about are on the Nintendo Switch. Let's get going. So the first game here is Xenoblade Chronicles, the Definitive Edition, which was released for the system in 2020. However, it was originally released on the Nintendo Wii and was later ported to the Nintendo 3DS. I should maybe state it's the new Nintendo 3DS, because if you get it on the old Nintendo 3DS, it won't work. It's set in the endless ocean where all life has evolved on the back of the corpses of two titans, the Bionis and the Mechonis. And there is an ongoing war between humans and machine kind from both titans. And you will be following Shulk and his team through his adventures on these two titans. And as it states in the name, this is the Definitive Edition. With this being the Definitive Edition, it is the definitive way to play. It's got better graphics than the original, the music's been done up, the gameplay has just generally been fine-tuned. Now, the game is full of main quests and side quests, and you will get lost in the huge world. One thing that Xenoblade games are well known for is the scope of the game, so the places you will visit are massive. Now, the combat is a real-time action-based combat system, so whilst the battle is happening, Shulk, or whomever character you have control of at the time, will auto-attack the enemy. At the bottom of the screen there will be a selection of icons where you will select different arts, so these are more powerful attacks, so this could knock over an enemy, it could stun an enemy, etc. Now, with the Definitive Edition as well, there was a brand new story actually built into the game, which can be played separately, known as Future Connected. Now, would I say this is a necessary play to understand Xenoblade Chronicles? No, but you know what? You're getting it free as a part of the game package, so get going with it. It follows on from the Xenoblade Chronicles 1 story. So following on from Xenoblade Chronicles, the Definitive Edition, we will be talking about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So this game was originally released for the Nintendo Switch in 2017. Now, the game is set in the world of All Rest, and in the world of All Rest, people are living on the back of titans. Now, these are creatures which roam the cloud seas. And in this, you will be following Rex as they search for the birthplace of humanity, Elysium. Again, we have a massive scale game here. You will be exploring nooks and crannies all over the back of these titans that you will explore. So auto attacks do return in this game, but with a difference. You have what's known as blades, and the blades you can switch out during battle, which gives you different arts to use. This Xenoblade Chronicles is actually my favourite one out of the ones I am talking about today, personally. But the fun does not stop with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, as there was DLC, which is essentially a prequel to this game set 500 years before, and that game is known as Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna, the Golden Country. Yes, that is a long title. And you will be following Jin, who was one of the antagonists of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and you will see his journey of how he became that way. Now, I would highly recommend playing this one after you have played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, because you'll get more insight to the character from there, and you will start to actually appreciate the characters more from the original game. And lastly, we have Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which was released for the Nintendo Switch in 2022. And the story takes place in the world of Ionios. Yes, that is the name of it. And with this, there is two nations at war, Kevis and Agnes. And this has been a never-ending war which has been ongoing for centuries. All the soldiers in battle are stuck with a 10-year life cycle. Once they hit 10 years, they're gone. And with this story, you will be following Noah and his companions as they look to try and break this cycle. Now, once again, we do have the return of the auto battle combat system, but with this game, the characters have the chance to unlock different jobs. So what I mean by this is you could have your character be trained up as a medic, you could have a sniper, and this gives you great customization for the battles. And the developers have listened to the fans here and have added in features which have been requested. One request was actually for tutorials to be able to be revisited, which with JRPGs in general, there is lots of systems to learn. So being able to revisit these at any point to refresh yourself, because you might go away from a JRPG and forget how everything works, that is a fantastic feature. Now personally, I would recommend playing this one after playing Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, as there is references to both these games happening, and this game is seen as the closing game to the trilogy. Now you might be thinking, right, okay, you've told me everything about the games, but you've not actually told me where to start. Listen, what I would say to you here is pick either Xenoblade Chronicles 1 or Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and work your way through them, then go on to the either one that you did play before. But I would highly recommend playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3 last, purely because you will understand the references which are spoken about from the previous two games, and you'll have a lot of moments where you go, I see you there, etc. So with that in mind, are you now going to be playing Xenoblade Chronicles, or have you already played it before? Let me know down below, and help me grow the channel by liking, sharing and subscribing. But until then, tatty bye! Oh, actually I can say it as well. Get them played!